Starts with d4. Carlsen responds with c5. And knight f3. C takes d4. Knight takes d4. e5, attacking the knight. Knight b3. Knight f6. c4. d5. C takes d4. d5. Queen takes d5. Queen takes queen, and then knight takes queen. So Carlsen has a strong centralized knight. Bishop d2. Knight b4, threatening to fork the king and rook. Bishop e6, the knight a3. e3, knight c6. Bishop b5, pinning the knight. a6, relieving the pin. Bishop takes, knight check. Knight takes c6. King e2. Not wanting to castle. Rook c8. Getting the semi-open file. Okay. Rook c1, challenging. f6, strengthening the center. Knight c5. Bishop takes c5, developing and exchanging pieces. Rook takes c5. King f6. b4, trying to open up the queen side. Rook h d8, and then b5, attacking the knight. Knight e7. Rook takes rook. Okay, rook takes rook. Probably rook c1. Okay, now b takes a6. B takes a6. Rook c1 now, trying to exchange the rooks, and Carlsen accepts this ending. Rook takes rook, bishop takes rook. Bishop takes a2, and that's why Carlsen was exchanging. Okay, king e3, king e6, king c3, bishop d5, f3 preventing the bishop. Okay, opening up the center. e4, f4, h4, trying to lock down the king side. Knight c2, threatening check. Bishop c6, knight d4 check. King b7, bishop a3, attacking the knight. Knight d5 check. King d2, bishop b5, knight b3, knight b6, knight d4, and knight c4 check, and that's game over. First point to Carlsen. Carlsen starts with c4, e5, g3, going to English, h5, optimistic on the king side, bishop g2, h4, knight c3, Carlsen's just continuing development, knight c6, e3, knight f6, and d4, attacking the center. E takes d4, e takes d4, Carlsen getting a good center. Bishop e4, pinning the knight. Bishop g5, pinning black's knight. Queen e8, e7 check. Knight e2, blocking. h3, getting the fawn pawn. And bishop f3. d6, and Carlsen castles. Bishop takes c3, and knight takes e3, not wanting to break his queen side, and queen d8. So black concedes he wasted time, and rook e1 check, king f8. Black has a weak king now, and knight d5. Bishop d7 trying to develop, queen d2, and rook b8 trying to get maybe b5. Queen f4 putting pressure on f6. Knight takes d5, and c takes d5, attacking the knight on c6, and the queen is under attack, and that seems to be game over. Okay, it starts with e4. Carlsen responds e5, knight f3, and knight c6. Bishop b5 and g5, attacking kingside. Carlsen's ready. d4, knight takes d4, knight takes d4, e takes d4, and probably queen takes d4, attacking the rook. Olsen goes queen f6, maybe queen trade, queen d3. Rebecca says no. c6, and then bishop c4, bishop g7, knight c3, d6 opening his bishop, and white castles. Knight e7 developing. f4, queen d4 check, king h1, no queen trade. Carlsen trades, queen takes queen, pawn takes queen, g5, g4, f5, bishop e5 stopping the advance, bishop f4, and h5, rook d1, bishop d7, and d4. Bishop takes f4, rook takes f4, f6, stopping the advance, rook e1, and castle along, rook f2, d5, e takes d5, knight takes f5, d takes c6, b takes c6, and d5, rook he8, rook fe2, rook takes rook, rook takes rook, knight e6 attacking the bishop, bishop e3, c5, maybe c4 next, king g1, rook e8 challenging the open file, rook takes rook, bishop takes e8, rook, king f2 bringing the king to the center, king c8, king c7, king e3, king b6, king f4, c4, opening up a space for the king, bishop c2, king c5, bishop e4, king d4, knight e2 check, king c5, knight c3, maybe a repetition. Carlsen says no, a5, a3, maybe b4 next, bishop f7, h3, g takes h3, g takes h3, knight takes e4, knight takes e4, check, king takes d5, knight takes f6 check, king d4, knight e7, king d3, and knight e4, e5 check, and knight takes f7, king takes b2, knight e5, c3, knight d3 check, king takes a2, king a3, king b3, king d4, c2, king c5, a4, king b5, a3, knight c1 check, king b2. I think that's game over, guys. Carlsen, another one for Carlsen. Carlsen starts with e4, g6, okay, d4, bishop g7, the modern defense, knight c3, d6, bishop e3, knight f6, going to Fritz, queen d2, basic setup for attacking it, c6, so theory, bishop h6, bishop takes h6, and then probably queen takes h6, still in theory. Queen a5, and long castle, knight e7, knight f3, b5, trying to get b4, and e5, attacking the knight first, b4. Are we going to see a trade? Yes. E takes f6, b takes c3, queen g7, attacking the rook, forces rook f8, f takes e7, threatening to queen, king takes e7, forced, rook e1 check, king d8, the king is running, bishop c4 developing, ignoring the pawn on c3, attacking f7, rook b8 trying to get an attack going, bishop b3 blocking black's attack, rook takes b3, trying to sacrifice, hoping for a takes b3, and he rather does c takes b3, not falling for the trap, queen takes a2, b takes c3, giving black chances, queen takes b3, king d2, now it's Carlsen running, queen b2 check, king e3, queen takes c3 check, king f4, queen c2, trying to get queen f5, goes king g3, it's like opposite castling, queen f5, h3, now the king has escaped, h5, king h2, queen f4 check, can't play g3, so king g1, so finally castled, bishop b7, rook e3 blocking the queen, king c7 now, h4 trying to get the other rook out, queen f5 trying to get queen b1, knight g5, c5 trying to get the queen side going, d takes c5, d takes c5, queen c3, queen d5 threatening checkmate, queen f3 blocking, knight b6, black is doing well, Queen g7 attacking the rook. Knight d7 defending. King h2 trying to get the other rook in the game now. Queen d6 check. King h3. Bishop c8 trying to get a checkmate going. Knight e4 attacking the queen. Knight f6 check. g4 is hg check. King g2, now Carlsen's running again. G takes f3 check. King f2. Knight e4 check. Rook takes e4 forced. Queen d2 check. King g3. Queen g2 check. King f4 is just dancing around that pawn. Queen takes h1. Queen takes f8. Queen h2 check. King g5. Queen g3 check. King h6. Tour of the king. f2. Queen takes e5 check. Now white is going probably checkmating. King d8 and queen e7. Let's checkmate. Lucky. It starts with d4. Knight f6. Knight c3. d5. Bishop f4. Bishop f5. e3. Trying to type London system. e6. Bishop e3. Challenging the bishop. Bishops come off. Bishop takes bishop. Pawn takes bishop. Strengthening towards the center. Bishop e6. Knight f3 developing. Bishop takes f4. Pawn takes f4. Knight c6. White castles. Castles. Rook c1. Knight e7, maybe c5 next. Knight e5, good outpost. c6. Knight e2. Knight a4, good square for the knight, attacking d4. Queen b3. Queen b6, maybe a queen trade. No, queen c3. Rook d8. Rook d1. Knight d6, maybe moving the knight. a4, not preventing knight b5. a5. b3. Knight e7. Back knight f3. Queen b5. No, queen b2. Queen b6. Queen c3, maybe a repetition. f6. Rook e1. Rook e6. Knight g3. Rook e7. Rook e2. Rook a8. Rook c e1. King f8, improving the king. h4, weakening the king side. Queen b5. Queen b2. g6. h5, trying to break the king side. Knight f5. hg. hg6. Knight takes f5. He takes f5. The rooks are staring at each other. Rook exchange. Rook takes e7. Rook takes e7. Rook takes e7. King takes e7. Queen e2 check. King d6. Knight h4. Queen takes b3. Knight takes g6. Threatening checkmate. Maybe. No. King c8. c7. Queen e7. Oh, queen d1 check. And it's game over. He can't defend the knight on g6. After king h2 there's queen h5 check and queen takes b6. Okay, c4, e5, English again. Knight f3, e4 attacking the knight, knight e4, knight c6, knight c2, f5, strengthening e4, knight c3, knight f6, d3, bishop c5, d4, attacking the bishop, bishop e7, bishop f4, maybe knight b5 next, okay, d6, e3, black castles, h4, bishop d7, bishop e2, queen e8, preventing bishop h5, okay, h5, a6, queen d2, queen f7, long process, e5, d5, cutting off the queen, knight e5, bishop takes e5, removing that strong knight, d takes e5, h6, getting a thorn pawn, g6, c takes b5, a takes b5, knight takes b5, winning a pawn, rook takes a2, bishop c4, threatening the queen in a pin. Okay, rook a4, b3, bishop takes b5, bishop takes b5, attacking the rook, rook a2, strong rook on the file, d6, pawn takes d6, sacrificing the pawn, queen c3, now the king might be running, d5, no, king b1, taking the rook, rook f b8, rook f a8, queen e5, winning a pawn for Carlsen, bishop f8, rook d4, stabilizing the position, rook a5, attacking the bishop, rook a4, oh, beautiful, knight g4, attacking the queen, queen d4, falling back, rook takes a4, b takes a4, knight takes f2, rook f1, knight d3, strong outburst for the knight, g4, trying to strengthen h6 but it's too late, bishop takes h-rook, g takes f5, opening up the king side, bishop g7, not opening up the king, f6, getting a thorn pawn, bishop f8, bishop c6, attacking the rook, rook b8 check, king a1, counter b2, rook d8, rook b1, getting the open file, bishop d6, rook b7, attacking the queen, bishop e5, pinning the queen, rook takes rook, rook takes queen on f7, king takes f7, queen is pinned, a5, bishop takes d4 check, knight takes d4, King takes f6, now it's going to be a race. a6, h5, a7, bishop taking a8, h4, and bishop takes d5, not queening initially, getting the pawns. h3, bishop takes e4. Knight f2, attacking the bishop, and he goes a8 queen. h2, not taking the queen. Queen takes d8, check, and that's game over. Okay, Rebecca starts with knight f3, knight f6, c4, now trying Carlsen's tactics, c5, knight c3, 4 knights maybe, knight c6, g3, g6, bishop g2, bishop g7, Carlsen, d6, Carlsen breaks symmetry first, d3, Carlsen, back symmetric again, bishop d2, knight d8, maybe f5 next, a3, knight c7, trying the same maneuver as on what he did with white, bishop, rook b1, rook b8, b4, c takes b4, a takes b4, b5 now, c takes b5, knight takes b4, knight d4, bishop d7, e3, queen b6, queen e2, bishop f5, knight h4, challenging the bishop, bishop takes e4, removing that strong knight, doubling. Okay, now he's getting bishop takes e4, not doubling. e6, now rook fc1, taking down open file, d5, bishop back to g2, rook c8, knight f3, d4, knight g5, knight c3, great outpost for the knight, bishop takes c3, removing that knight, pawn takes c3, b5, knight d8, d4, h6, asking the knight where you're going, knight e4, queen a5, defending the pawn, queen d3 attacking again, c2, rook b2, a6, rook takes c2, rook takes rook c2, queen takes c2, a takes b6, and b5, h4, b4, queen b3, bishop f8, defending the pawn, bishop f1, bishop e7, proving the bishop, h5, queen takes h5, oh that was dropping a pawn, rook c7, good point for the rook, queen d5, asking do you want to trade queens, queen c2, defending the knight, b3, queen b1, king f8, bishop c5, rook a5, bishop takes b3, queen takes c7, and that's game over. Lost the rook. Starts with e4 this time. e5. Knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, bishop c5, b4, Evans gambit, bishop takes b4, now he's accepting the gambit, c3, bishop e7, d4, knight a5 attacking the bishop, bishop e2, d6, queen a4 check, c6, the knight's defended, pawn takes e5, pawn takes e5, knight takes e5, queen c7, knight f3, knight f6, e4, knight d5, tries to castle, b5, queen e4 centralizing the queen, castles, bishop d3 check, threatening checkmate, g6 forced, bishop h6, bishop f5 asking the queen where are you going, queen e2, bishop takes d3 exchanging the strong bishop, queen takes d3, rook e8, knight e2 developing, rook a d8, queen c2 moving out of the line of the rook, knight c4 getting a strong knight, knight takes c4, exchanging the line, b takes c4, rook e1, bishop f8, bishop takes f8, king takes f8, rook e4, king g7, rook takes c4, queen b6, rook e1, rook e6, trying to gang up on e4, e5, h4, rook e8, rook e4, h6, knight d4, attacking the rook, rook d7, h5, c5, asking the knight where you're going, knight f3, queen e6, h takes g6, f takes g6, knight h4, g5, knight has to move, no, going c4, counter-attacking, knight b4, queen e2, everything is pointing to the center, g takes h4, rook takes h4, queen takes e5, winning a pawn, queen g5 check, g4 check, queen g5, rook takes e7 check, rook takes e7, queen h3, Carlsen may be threatening rook g4, knight d3, piece up now, rook g4, rook e1 check, king h2, rook h1 check, king takes h1 and now knight f2 and knight takes f2 check, and it is black that's winning now. King g1 and after Knight, oh, he goes knight takes g4, not wanting the queen. Queen c3 check. Queen f6. It's game over. Olsen will be seeking revenge now. Okay, b3. c5. Bishop b2. Knight c6. Knight f3. d5. e3. f6. Bishop e5. a6. Asking you want to trade. Yes. Bishop takes c6. Pawn takes c6. d4. c takes d4. e takes d4. e6. White castles. Bishop d6. Rook e1. Knight e7. c4. Castles. Bishop a3. Bishop takes a3. Knight takes a3. Queen d6. Knight c2. Knight g6. Queen d2. e5. Taking the center. Pawn takes d5. C takes d5. Queen b4. Trying to trade queens. Carlsen says no. Queen e6. D takes e5. F takes e5. Rook a d1. e4. Knight d4 taking the queen. Queen f6. Putting pressure on the pawn. Queen c5. Bishop e7 not giving up the pawn. Knight d2. Queen takes f2. King h1. Knight f4. Carlsen going for the kill now. Rook g1. Knight d3 attacking the queen. Queen b6. Queen e3 ignoring the bishop. h3 trying to escape. Knight f2 check. King h2. Knight takes d1. Rook takes d1. Rook f7 defending the bishop. Knight f1 attacking the queen. Queen f4 check. Knight g3. Queen c7 asking you want to trade. Queen b4. h5. Now it's just attacking the knight again. Okay, h4. Queen f4. Knight e2 attacking the queen. Queen takes h4. Check. King g1. Rook a f8. Putting pressure. Queen d6. Queen g4. Rook c1. h4. The end is nearing. And it's over. White can't defend any of his knights, so another piece down. Carlsen gets his revenge. Carlsen going white, e4, e5, knight c3, knight f6, g3, d5, e takes d5, knight takes d5, bishop g2, pressuring d5, knight takes c3, b takes c3, not wanting to trade queens, knight c6, knight f3, Bishop d6, castles, castles, d3, rook e8, rook e1, h6, knight d2, bishop e6, rook b1, rook b8 defending the pawn, a4, queen d7, knight d4, attacking, bishop g4, f3 blocking the bishop, bishop h3, bishop takes h6. If he takes the bishop on h6, it's knight f6 check, forking king and queen, and rook. Bishop takes g2, king takes g2, f4, knight takes d6, pawn takes d6, bishop g5, rook e6, h4, rook e8, c4, f4, g takes f4, opening up the rooks for black, e takes f4, bishop takes f4, rook takes e1, and that's game over. d4, knight f6, knight c3, d5, bishop f4, a6, e3, e6, g4, starting an attack, c5 counter-attacking, g5, knight e7, h4, knight c6, knight f3, white is out for blood, b5, bishop g2, knight b6, d4, pushing, pawn takes e4, knight takes e4, c takes d4, h5, bishop e7 developing, g6 pushing, h takes g6, h takes g6, rook takes a1, h1, check, bishop takes h1, f6, not wanting to open the king, queen e2, knight e5, taking the bishop, bishop g3, queen a5 check, king f1, he's running, long castle, knight e6 check, bishop takes d6, developing his bishop, queen takes e6 check, king c7, b4, knight takes b4, queen f7 check, rook d7, bishop takes d6 check, king takes d6, queen f8 check, king c7, rook e1, knight takes c2, threatening the rook, rook e8, d3, and white resigns. White had no threats, so black was just going d2, d1, queen. e4, e5 now, knight f3, Knight c6. Are we gonna have a repeat? No. Bishop c4. Bishop c5. b5. b4. Evans gambit here. Bishop takes b4. c3. Bishop e7. d4. Knight a5. Yeah, knight a5. Bishop e2 now. d6. Queen a4 check. c6 defending the knight. d takes e5. d takes e5. Knight takes e5. Knight f6. Castles. Black castles. Rook d1. Queen c7 attacking the knight. Bishop f4 defending. b5 now. Queen c2. Queen b6. Knight d2. Bishop e6. Knight f3. Rook a d8. Knight g5 now. Attacking a7. Bishop c5 putting pressure on f2. Knight d3 defending 2. Bishop e7. e5. Knight d5. Knight takes e6. Pawn takes e6. Bishop g3. Knight c4. Bishop g5 attacking the weakness. Knight e3 trying to attack the bishop. Bishop e6 check. King h8. Queen e2. Knight takes d4, d1. Rook takes d1. Bishop g5. h4. Bishop h6. Trying to stabilize. King h2. Queen c7. Bishop takes c4. Queen e7. Bishop b3. c5. c4. b4. Bishop c2. Rook d4. e6. Rook f d8. Knight e5. King g8. Knight f7 now. Beautiful outpost. Rook takes d1. Bishop takes d1. Rook d4. Knight takes h6. Pawn takes h6. Bishop c2. a5. Queen e5. Rook g4. Bishop f5. Asking the rook where you're going. Rook d4. Queen b8 check. Queen f8. e7. Queen takes b8. Bishop e6 check. King g7. Bishop takes b8. Rook takes h4 check. King g1. I think it's game over there. Black resigns. d4. Knight f6. Bishop f4. e5, e3, c5, d takes c5, knight c6, bishop e5, e6, b4, a5, c3, bishop d7, knight f3, knight e4, castles, g5, bishop takes c6, pawn takes f4, bishop takes d7 check, queen takes d7, knight e5 getting a nice outburst, queen c7, pawn takes f4, a takes b4, pawn takes b4, bishop g7, queen h5, castles, rook d1, rook a4, a3, got nothing to do, rook a8, knight e2, knight takes d2, rook takes d2, rook takes b4, this was all calculated, g3, rook e4, rook b1, bishop takes e5, pawn takes e5, rook takes e5, queen g4, king f8, queen d4, king e7, rook b2, rook b8, c6, rook e4 attacking the queen, queen c5 check, king f6, rook takes b7, rook takes b7, rook takes b7, rook e1 check, king g2, queen e5 hoping to get some action, queen e7 check, king f5, queen f6, f7 check, king e4, queen f3 check, king d4 is running for it, c7 now, rook c1, rook b4 check, king c5, and now c8, queen check, king d6, queen b8 check, rook c7, queen f4, queen takes f4, pawn takes f4, it's game over. Now king c6, not resigning, queen takes e7, and after king takes queen, there's a rook down. Another point for RebeccaHarris. He starts knight c3, d5, knight f3, c5, e4, pawn takes e4, knight takes e4, e6, d4, pawn takes d4, queen takes d4, asking you want to trade queen, queen takes queen, knight takes d4, centralizing his knights, a6, bishop f4, bishop e7, long castle, white has big advantage here, knight f6, bishop d3 developing, Knight e5, bishop g3, castle, a3, bishop d7, c4, knight f6, knight c3, knight c6, knight f3, rook c8, king b1 getting out of the line, rook fd8, b4, knight h5, bishop e5, bishop d8, g3, knight takes e5, knight takes e5, knight f6, king b2, knight e7, knight f3, bishop f6, king b3 getting out of the pen, knight b6, c5, bishop takes c3, king takes e3, knight e5, check, king b2, b6, c takes b6, bishop b5, bishop takes b5, pawn takes b5, knight d4 attacking b5, knight takes b6, knight takes b5, now he's got two outside passed pawns, knight e5, rook c1 challenging the rook, rook b8, rook c5, defending the knight, knight b6, hoping for rook d2 check, king b3, rook d3 check, knight c3, knight e7, rook c7, rook d2, rook d1 forcing the exchange, rook takes d1, knight takes d1, knight e5, knight c3, king f8, b5, king d8, 4, knight d7, a5, king d8, rook a7, king e7, b6, king d6, knight b5 check, king c6, king b4 now, knight e5, rook c7 check, king d5, b7, knight c6 check, king a5, knight d8 attacking the b7, a6, knight c6, a7 now, knight takes a7, knight takes a7, king d6, knight b5 check, king d5, king a5, e5, king b6, e4, and game over. e4, d5, pawn takes d5, knight f6, bishop b5 check, knight e7, knight c3, a6, bishop e2, b5, d4, bishop e7, bishop f3, knight b6, knight e2, knight takes d5, knight takes d5, bishop takes d5, not wanting a pen, knight f4, bishop takes f3, queen takes f3, e6, queen c6 check, knight d7, d5, e5, ooh, knight e6, pawn takes e6, d takes e6, rook c8, bishop g5, bishop b4, check, c3 now, bishop e7, rook d1, putting pressure, finally castles, rook takes d7, white's completely winning now, bishop takes g5, rook takes d8, rook f takes d8, white castles, rook d6, queen b7, rook e8, queen takes c7, rook takes e6, rook d1, getting the open file, e4, hoping for e3, no, it goes g3, e3, trying to open up the king, pawn takes e3, bishop takes e3 check, king g2, bishop g5, rook d7, bishop f6, defending g7, king h3, going for safety, h6, rook d5, rook e2, queen d7, king h7, rook d6, threatening the bishop, rook e7, not allowing, queen f5 check, king g8, rook d8 check, rook e8, now he gets to exchange, rook takes e8, rook takes e8, queen d7, rook d2, queen d5, check, king h8, can't go h7, otherwise loses the rook, king h7, queen h8, queen takes a6, rook takes b2, c4, b4, c5, rook c2, c6, nothing stopping that pawn, rook c3, queen b5, bishop e7, queen f5 check, king g8, queen d7, bishop f6, c7 now, b3, c8, queen, check, rook takes c8, queen takes c8, check, and it's over, Carlsen resigns. d4, knight of 6, c4, e6, knight of 3, b6, g3, bishop e7, bishop g2, bishop b4 check, bishop d2, c5, bishop takes b4, c takes b4, check, yeah. He castles, black castles, queen d3, d6, knight d2, knight e7, knight e1, Bishop takes g2. Knight takes g2. Rook c8. a3. Pawn takes a3. Queen takes a3. Knight b8. Rook fd1. Knight c6. e3. a5. Knight f4. Knight b4. Rook ac1. Now e5. Knight d3. Knight takes d3. Queen takes d3. Queen e7. Knight e5. Knight takes e4. Queen takes e4. Rook e8. D takes e5. D takes e5. Rook d5. g6. Rook d1. Queen b4. Rook takes e5. Rook takes e5. Queen takes e5. Queen takes c4. Rook d6. Queen c5. Queen f6. b5. h4. Hoping to get h5, h6, no, h5. Rook d7. Queen c4, defending f7. King h2. a4. Rook a7. Queen d5. e4. Trying to get him away from f7. Queen b3. Rook b7. Rook d8. Rook e8. Queen d4, centralizing the queen. Queen e6. Rook takes b5. Queen takes e4. Rook b4. Queen takes d4. Rook takes d4. Rook b8. Rook takes a4. Rook takes b2. King g2. Rook b6. Rook f4. Rook e6. Rook f3. King g7. Rook f4. Rook f6. Rook f3. Rook takes f3. King takes f3. Carlsen with the tempo now. King f6. Playing the tempo. King f4. King e6. King g5. Penetrating with the king. King e5. f3. King e6. f4. King e7. f5 now. G takes f5. King takes f5. Completely dominating black. f6. King g6. King e6. King takes h5. King f5. g4 check. King e6. King g6. And it's Resigner. d4. d5 now. c4. Queen's gambit is safe, but pawn takes c4. Right. e3, knight f6. Bishop takes c4. e6. Knight f3. a6. Castles. b5. Bishop e2. Bishop e7. a4, b4, knight d2, knight d7, with knight c4, c5, a4, pawn takes d4, knight takes d4, bishop e7, bishop f3 now, will he exchange again? Oh, he goes queen b8, knight c6, attacking the queen, queen c7, knight takes e7, bishop takes d3, queen takes d3, king takes e7, b3, rook d8, bishop b2, king f8, manually castling now, rook d1, king g8, h3, knight d5, e4, knight c3, blocking the bishop, bishop takes c3, pawn takes c3, queen takes c3, knight f6, queen e3, h6, knight b6, rook takes d1, takes d1, rook a d8, not wanting to trade, rook c1, queen e5, centralizing the queen, knight c4, queen takes e4, queen takes e4, knight takes e4, e4, rook c8, rook c2, knight e6, knight e3, rook takes c2, knight takes c2, king f8, king f1, after knight c2, king e7, king e2, knight b5, king d3, king d6, king c4, king c6, g4, e5, knight e3, knight d6, king d3, king b5, white's king can't cross. Okay, so he goes knight d5, f6, knight c7, check, king b takes b4, knight takes a6, check, king takes a5, knight c5, king b5, knight e6, g5, knight g7, king c6, knight h5, knight e7 defending f6, king e4, king d6, king f5, king e7, king g6, king e6, king takes h6, king f7, and king's not escaping, knight g3, knight d6, king h5, king g7, h4 now, trying to get escape, pawn takes h4, king takes h4, king g6, knight h5, knight e4, f3, knight d2, f4, knight c4, f takes e4, e5, knight takes e5, knight takes f6, king takes f6, g5, king g7, king g3, knight d7, king f4, knight f8, king f5, knight d7, g6, knight c5, king b5, knight b7, king f5, knight a5, trying to flag it, king e5, knight c6 check, king d5, knight e7 check, king d6, knight g8, king d7, knight h6, king c7, knight g4, king b8, knight e3, king c7, knight d5 check, king d6, knight f6, king e6, knight g4, king f4, king f5, knight e3 check, king f4, knight c4, and white loses on time. c4, e5, knight c3, bishop b4, queen c2, knight c6, a3, knight d4, queen d1, bishop takes c3, b takes c3, knight c6, d4, knight f6, knight f3, e4, knight e5, knight e7, c5, e6, d6, c takes d6, c takes d6, knight c4, cancels, knight e3, knight e, knight e d5, knight takes d5, knight takes d5, c4, e3, c takes d5, queen a5 check, bishop d2, e takes d2 check, queen takes d2, queen takes d5, e3, bishop d7, f3, rook fd8, bishop d3, bishop f5, castle, bishop takes d3, queen takes d3, rook a c8 getting the open file, rook a c1 challenging, rook takes c1, rook takes c1, g6, e4, queen a5, queen e3, Queen b6, f4 now, Queen b2, h4, King g7, Rook f1, Queen c2, d5, Queen f5, Queen f3, d takes e5, f takes e5, Queen takes f3, Rook takes f3, Rook d8, Rook d3 going behind the pawn, King f8, King f2, f6, e takes f6, King f7, King e3, King takes f6, Rook c3, Rook d7 protecting the back row, the Rook c5 cutting off the King, King e6, King e4, King d6, Rook d5 check, King c6, Rook takes d7, King takes d7, King d5, b6, g4, a6, g5, King c7, King e6, b5, d5, King d8, King d6, a5, King c5, b4, a takes b4, a takes b4, King takes b4, King c7, King c5, King d7, d6, King d8, King c6, King c8, King d7, King d8, King d6, Zugzwang, he has to go h5, G takes h6, g5, h7, and followed by h8 queen, so black resigns. Starts with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop e5, knight f6, castles, bishop c5, bishop takes c6, d takes c6, d3, not taking on e5, bishop g4, h3, bishop h5, bishop e3, bishop takes e3, pawn takes e3, knight d7, knight b d2, f6, queen e1, castles, queen g3, bishop f7, knight h4, eyeing f5, king h8, knight f5, threatening checkmate, rook g8, knight f3, c5, queen h4, g6, knight h6, rook g7, knight g4, g5, queen g3, bishop e6, knight h6, rook g6, knight f5, Bishop takes f5. Pawn takes f5. Rook g7. Knight h2, h5. Queen f3, tying b7. Rook h7. Queen takes b7. Rook b8. Queen d5. Rook takes b2. Rook b1. Rook b6. a4. Rook d6. Queen e4. Knight b6, a5. Knight d5. Trying to go c3, but he goes rook b7. a6. Rook fb1. Trying to go rook b8. So king g7. Rook b8. Queen d7. Knight f3. Rook h8. Rook takes h8. King takes h8. Rook b8 check. King g7. h4. g4. Knight g5. c4. Knight e6. Check. King f7. Queen takes c4. Rook takes e6. Pawn takes e6 check. Queen takes e6. And black resigns. Point for RebeccaHarris. Goes d4. Knight f6. c4. g6. Knight c3. Bishop g7. e4. d6. Bishop e2. Castles. Bishop e3. Knight c6. Knight f3. Bishop g4. d5. Bishop takes f3. Bishop takes f3. Knight d5. Bishop e2. c6. Maybe f4 now. No, castles first. Rook c8. Maybe f4 now. f4. Knight d7. d takes c6. b takes c6. Rook c1. Queen a5. b3. Knight c5. Bishop f3 defending e4. Knight d7 attacking c3. Queen d2. Queen c7. Rook fd1. a5, maybe a4. e5. Pawn takes e5. Knight a4. Knight takes a4. Queen takes d7. Knight b2. Queen takes c7. Rook takes c7. Rook d2. Pawn takes f4. Bishop takes f4. Rook c8. Rook c2. Rook fd8. Rook takes b2. Bishop takes b2. Rook takes b2. Carlsen in good position. f6, bishop e3. e5. Bishop e6. Rook d7. Bishop takes a5. Winning now for white. f5. Bishop e6. e4, bishop e2, c5, a4, h5, a5, f4, b4, pawn takes b4, c5, opening up the bishop, e3, a6, rook d2, rook takes d2, pawn takes d2, bishop d1, king f7, a7, king e6, king f2, going for the pawn now, king d5, king e2, king c4, king takes d2, b3, king c1, king c3, bishop c7, checkmating the rook, rook e8, bishop e5 check, king c4, bishop e8, king c3, a8, queen, rook e1, queen a5 check, and it's over.